you see currently there is a 4 work permits exactly which I'm going to send tomorrow. What if they will reject me? Why I need visa if you send me work permit? Also you need to get the invitation from the company, there's a stamp with all information. Hello my dears, let's talk in this video about work permit in Ukraine, everything what you should know about that. First of all, before I will start to talk you the procedure, you need to understand what is work permit at all, because some people get confused between visa and work permit and they think it is the same, but it's actually totally different things. So what is a permission to work in Ukraine? Every country is interested to protect its own citizens, and if people inside of the country create a job offers, for sure every country is interested that their own people, they can get the job in their country. So they always protected by law, and it's in every country I guess in the world. Actually you cannot hire a foreigner unless the government will give you permit to hire a foreigner. So what actually is work permit and why every foreigner need it? Because once you want to work in Ukraine, actually your employer, he must prove that he was trying so much and he cannot find anybody in Ukraine like you, and only you can suit him, and he asked the government, the Department of Unemployment, or let's say it is like labor office, to issue permit for you. So he writes a lot of papers, he writes some requirements, there is some procedure, and he asked the government to issue work permit to allow to hire you at all in Ukraine. And government review this like application and he approved or he rejected. So if it is approved, you are getting work permit. Many guys ask me, is it open work permit so I can go and work anywhere? Again, if you understand the logic behind that, you will not ask this question, because what is the logic? So there is a guy in specific company with he need a specific employee for a specific position. So he say, for example, I need a sales engineer in this specific field, and I'm trying to find in Ukraine, but there is nobody with such expertise. So I want to hire somebody from abroad. But let's say the government give you permission, okay, yes, really, we also look at the market, we don't have such specialists, and now this guy who's supposed to work as a sales engineer, he is going and working as a cashier in supermarket. So it cannot be, because we have enough people who can work as a cashiers in supermarket, and government was given the permission him to work as a sales engineer, for example. So work permit is always personally stick so much to the company and to the position of the company. But if you want to go for any other job legally, you cannot do that. You can work only illegally for another employer, or another employer needs to issue you another work permit, and it's all not cheap at all. So work permit is a pretty expensive thing, and it can be for 1 year, 2 or 3 years. Now, how should look work permit? I have now in my hands currently work permits of my clients. This is how it looks. This is a paper issued by Unemployment Department of Ukraine, which is saying that your name, your passport data, where are you from, in which country, in which company you are going to work, and even what is your workplace. And work permit always looks like that. I already see a lot of scammers even on that field. Some guys, they can just go to notary and write some paper that yes, I promise to hire this guy for the job and give him the salary like $1,000. But this is not work permit. I don't know what it can be at all, but the maximum it can be considered like invitation. So maybe they like invite you for a job or something like that, but you still don't have approved permit from the government. So you should get exactly the permit like that, and it means that the government gives the green line. So yes, you can hire this guy, go ahead. Now, why people ask me if it is the same visa, or why I need visa if you send me work permit. Work permit is actually the permission not even for you. This is permission for employer to hire you. So, but for you personally, you still need to have visa to enter Ukraine. So based on this work permit, you take this work permit. But based on this work permit, you are coming to Ukraine, you are going to embassy, and you say, see, I get work permit, I get some other like invitation from the company and so on. There is a pack of the documents which the lawyers of my company is doing. So yeah, you take the package of these documents and you are going to the embassy. And documents, then embassy review your application and they should issue you visa type D, which is long-term visa. You come to Ukraine and based on this visa you can get residence in Ukraine if you need to get the residence. Now the guys also ask me, what if they will reject me? Because I know they in embassy they reject so many people always. Here you need to understand there is a difference, that when people are trying to get the tourist visa and they claim that yes, all my life I dream to see Ukraine, but it's very obviously, even for me, not only for the visa officer, that for sure he don't care. He just want to come to Ukraine, set here, and most likely he want to travel to Schengen countries. And Schengen countries is make for Ukraine very hard time when it happens. So Ukraine don't want to get the hard time from the European Union, especially that we can risk with our visa-free regime. So Ukraine always blocks such people. But if the government, this is permission, it is from the government. If government already give you permission to work in Ukraine, so government already know that you want to come and stay in Ukraine. So why they need to reject you? For sure they can. Maybe you are blacklisted in Ukraine. Maybe you did some crime in past. Maybe there is some other information, but it's your personal information. But from the side of employer, usually, like when our company, for example, is preparing the documents, there is no problem. So the pack of documents is always the same, but your personal information can have some risks always if you know that in past you really have some sins. So maybe your visa can be rejected, but so far in my practice, how much clients we had, I never see that somebody got rejection. And then when you come to Ukraine, you are getting residence. Getting residence, it's not even getting visa, because still visa can be rejected, but the residence, it is just fact. You just submit the documents and you are getting residence. There cannot be that, we review your application, we decide we don't want to give you residence card. It cannot happen. This is like the fact. So you submit these documents and you come after 15-20 days, you get the residence card. That's all. Now I will talk a little bit about residence, but it's actually all connected. So some guys, they think if they get residence in Ukraine, if they get work permit, permission to work in Ukraine, and they even not residence, permission to work in Ukraine, they can go and work in European countries. I don't know why in the time of the Google you cannot just go to see European Union countries, or what's the problem, but no, you cannot. And if you want just to travel, because Ukrainians travel without visa, again, you cannot, because you travel with your passport. You will not come to the border of France and you say, I don't have, yes, I have my passport of some country, I need visa, but see, I have work permit in Ukraine. They said, okay, very nice. So you need to understand that work permit and residence, it is not a passport, it's not a citizenship, it is just permission to live in Ukrainian territory. That's all. Work permit can be issued for 1, 2, or 3 years. This is the maximum. I always recommend for my clients, for example, to take 3, because you pay for the lawyer fee anyway, and you pay application fee, so it's better to pay one time, and you will pay a little bit like bigger, but it's one-time fee. Then if you will pay every year, you will pay much more expensive. That's actually all information which you should know about work permit. The procedure to get work permit is the same for any kind of foreigner. For Ukraine doesn't care which kind of foreigner you are, if you are from US, or you're from Bangladesh, or you are from Philippines, or you are from Russia. You are still foreigner for Ukraine, and the procedure is the same. So guys, if you have the question about work permit, you are most welcome to ask me, and you know that I run the legal company, and you can have the link under. You can see all the legal services from us. We have lawyers, we have business consultants, so it's not, I'm not doing it personally, I'm just talking with you, I explain you all the things, but all the work is done by lawyers. So if you have any questions, you are most welcome to ask me, but I guess I already covered the basic idea in this video, so I will appreciate likes from you. Okay guys, love you all, thank you for watching this video at the end. Bye bye.